Once in our life, we need a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman, and a preacher. But every day, 3 times a day, we need a farmer. And exactly this is what we are going to discuss in this video, the importance of the steps in agriculture. And by the end of it, we will definitely be very proud of the wisdom our farmers possess. Hello everyone, and here we are again trying to understand the basic agricultural practices followed in our country. Dear children, this video becomes all the more special as it tells us about the hard work and planning behind our everyday meal. So with the feeling of gratitude, let us learn further. Before the crop is ready, there are many steps to be followed. The steps are here listed on the screen. Let's quickly read them aloud. Preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting, and storage. Now we shall be seeing these steps one by one. So, what is the benefit of the step called preparation of soil? In this step, the soil has to be loosened very well by turning it up. So in this method, the roots get space and air to breathe. It increases the growth of microorganisms and earthworms, which will in turn increase the humus content in the soil. This step will also help to bring the nutrient-rich soil layer up. Let us now see that how this step is executed. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called as tilling or plowing. It is generally done by a plow. Now before plowing, if the soil is very dry, then we should water it before we start the process of plowing. And in the plowing, the clumps of soil, which are called as crumbs, that are also broken down. Leveling of the field is very beneficial and has to be done after the process of plowing or tilling. This process is done so that we have a very leveled ground for the further steps like sowing and as well as for irrigation. So how is this leveling done? This leveling is done with the help of a leveler attached to a tractor. Now here you can see a tractor which is used for plowing the field. So here now instead of using an old age plow, we have the equipment attached to the tractor which helps the field to be plowed very well. Okay children, can you see the cranes or the birds near the plowed soil? Now why what do you think, why are they there? So they are there, see, as I told you that the loosening or this process called as plowing or tilling helps the microorganisms to grow better. It takes out the lower layers of the soil and it brings it on top, so the small worms which might be there in the soil, they might come on the surface, and these birds have come to eat them up. Smart birdies, huh? Okay, now here you can see on the screen a plow and a cultivator. A cultivator in the sense that a tractor where all the new equipments like a plow or a hoe is being attached. So that is what we called as a cultivator. Okay, so this was about the first step. Now let's move on to the next step, that is sowing of seeds. Now this is very important part, we all know that. But before we do the sowing, we need to ensure some parameters like we have to check the seeds for good quality, cleanliness, and healthy seeds of a good variety. We need to plant only the good seeds, healthy seeds, and discard the ones which are not that healthy. Sowing of the seed is done with the help of a machine called a seed drill. Now what is the benefit of having a seed drill? It helps us to sow the seeds uniformly in the field. It also ensures that the seeds get covered by the soil after sowing, and it also saves our time and labor. So seed drill is a very good machine to do the sowing of seeds. Children, we all know what a nursery is. It is a place where young children are taken care in a very beautiful and a very happy environment. The same is done with the young seedlings or plants, and they are also taken care at a place called as nursery. Seeds of few plants such as paddy are first grown in a nursery, and when they grow into seedlings, they are transplanted to the field manually. Some forest plants and flowering plants are also grown in the nursery. Now, the next important step is adding manure and fertilizers for the healthy growth of plants. They increase the nutritional value of soil. Manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of plant and animal waste. Farmers dump plant and animal waste in pits at open places and allow it to decompose. Now, this decomposition is done with the help of some microorganisms, and hence it is converted into usable manure. On the other hand, fertilizers are human-made chemical substances added to the soil to increase its fertility. Now, since manure and fertilizers both have a similar function, that is to nourish the soil and help the plant to grow better, but it is always upon the farmer that what he chooses to use, whether it is a manure or a fertilizer, because both have their own advantages and disadvantages as shown on the screen. Now, in order to maintain the fertility of soil, we can also use manures more instead of fertilizers, as fertilizers are chemicals. The use of manure will also improve the soil texture, the quality, its water retaining capacity, and it will also add more nutrients to the soil. Now, instead of fertilizers, we can also have an option of using leguminous crops, which are a very good alternative in crop rotations, as they fix the atmospheric nitrogen with the help of bacterium like Rhizobium. Now, here in the picture you can see that they grow in the root nodules and they help to convert the atmospheric nitrogen. The importance and the role of leguminous plants has been already discussed last year in your first chapter, that is nutrition in plants. So I know that you very well understand how these bacteria grow and provide the soil with nitrogen. So the use of fertilizers can be substituted by using organic manure or also using the leguminous plants. Some of the advantages of manure has been listed over here, like it increases the number of friendly microbes, it improves the texture of the soil, and it also has a huge impact on the capacity of water holding in the soil. It also makes the soil very porous, and exchange of gases are easy when the soil is more porous. So definitely when we compare the fertilizer and manure is always a healthy option for the environment and as well as a pocket friendly option for the farmer. Students, till now we have discussed the first 3 steps of our agricultural practices, and we'll be continuing with the other steps from irrigation in our next video. So thank you so much for listening carefully. We'll be continuing with this chapter in our next video. Thank you.